Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat Cape graduate, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you bought today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you bought today.
Spoon.
Beseku.
The same problems continue under the current President George Manawiya administration. Unlike Sirleaf, there were no insiders reporting on her direct involvement with ritual killings. However, we've received information that the current administration has been linked to the ritual killing of children. Sources advise us that the police are only allowed to investigate. The same problems continue under the current President George Manawiya administration, and unlike Sirleaf, there were no insiders reporting on her direct involvement with ritual killings. However, we've received information that the current administration has been linked to the ritual killing of children. Sources advise us that the police are only allowed to investigate these matters in a conspicuous or very superficial manner, as not to get too close involved. Also, because of the high-level links to the government, it is taboo to say anything about it. Otherwise, you could be the next victim. One of the most notable allegations of ritualistic killings involved mysterious disappearance of 3 young men who were hired by a proprietor of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor to undertake a task in Bong County. On 17 October 2020, Robert Blamo, Siafa Boima, and Bobby Beankwe were reported drowned in a river in Fuama District, Lower Bong County, when a canoe that they were allegedly riding capsized while returning to their homes. They were hired to do a piece of work, small piece of work called a piece of job, by a mining company owned and operated by Mr. Moses Aso. He was the owner of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor, and his partner, Mr. Abraham S. Manuels. It was reported that Mr. Abuaso that the 3 young men were drowned. The bodies were retrieved by him and never returned to the parents. He has close ties to the president and the government of Liberia, and through the Ministry of Justice, who he has contacts with, they have failed to provide an update or release the outcome of the investigation or a report on the circumstances that led to the conclusion they drowned. Why didn't they release the bodies? The aggrieved families believe their children are being kept in a sacred place to be used for alleged ritualistic purposes. The family members sought the assistance of the international community, including the U.S. Embassy and the United Nations. As a result, on December 10, 2021, the United Nations issued a public statement. A human rights expert today called on the Liberian government to promptly investigate a series of killings that have occurred this year, some of which have been reported to linked to ritual practices. At least 10 people have been killed in unclear circumstances in 2021, including 5 in September, reportedly with suspected link to ritualistic practices or political motivations. According to the information received by the Special Rapporteur, Morris Tinball Bentz, 3 of the most recent victims were either former officials or had links to high-profile former politicians. Even a recent death of some girls involved in a political campaign held by the president's party, CDC, sparked outrage by the citizens, and allegations of their death were done for ritualistic readings. The local headlines in a local newspaper said, Liberia, citizens to President Weah. No ritual can help you from leaving office after the election.
Spoon Entertainment.
Okay, again, I want to say welcome to the show. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I see you not know why I'm laughing. Only those on the show right now, and I know you see only me, but I mean only those on the show now will know why I'm laughing, what I'm laughing at. But it's great to be here again. What a way to welcome you to the late night show on Spoon. My name is Nelson Colette. I'd like to say thanks for making up time to join us here tonight. Share the program as you come on. This is a platform that's open to everyone, regardless of the political party that you belong to, your political side that you support. The program is open to everyone. You come up here, you get to have the opportunity to sell your candidate, to make the case for your respective political parties. And of course, we do that here every night from 1 a.m. up to 3:30 and thereabout. But I'd like to say welcome to the program tonight. Well, this edition of the program promises to be good. As you join us, look in the comment section. There's a link there. In case you want to come on, just click on that link in the comment section, and you're going to be joining us tonight on the program. Let me recognize a few of you who have joined us. We're live on Fabric TV. We're live on Super TV. We're live on Spoon TV as well. If you check out on YouTube, we're also live on Spoon Talk Live. That's on YouTube. And I want to say welcome to all of you joining us from across the world tonight. I see Lasana Dawon, Chantel Kamara. I see Marcos Williams. I see Lasana Doyan. I see Fumba Sese. And a lot of you, Gloria passed away. I see Adama Yan. I see Patricia Morris. I see Dukle. Thanks for joining us. Yes, we respect your view. Marie Ketor, thanks for Marie, thanks for being one of our consistent commenters. Yes, and I see a lot of you here. Adulai Francis, I see. Oh, now it's moving so fast. Emmanuel Declare, I see Saki Sambulai. I see Riley Jones. Is it Rolia Jones? Yeah. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight, and I'm encouraging you to share the program as you come on. Prosper Sharon Mason, thanks for joining us. Rita Williams, thanks for joining us as well. Yes, you said you want us to play the video again. Okay, let's see. Let's hope maybe we'll play that video again. But it's very important. A great show coming up tonight. Join us if you can. We are encouraging the females to join us. Because we don't want it to be an all-male discussion here tonight. So just click on the link in the comment section, and you'll be able to join us tonight on the program. I'd like to say welcome to everyone. It appears that my co-moderator, Moba Zoka, is taking up some time to come, so we're going to run because we want to start up right in time and be able to end as soon as possible. So let me welcome Sylvester Johnson, the newest I don't know how to call that profile, you know. Sylvester, thanks for joining us, sir.
I just get on the show, you start laughing. Share the fun.
No, that Touré shades are making me to laugh in the background.
Oh, I see.
They
And
make,
then she was like real fresh boy, man. Fresh boy. Hunglo
make-
paying it, man. Good money, oh. Ah.
Councillor Gongwa was definitely ordered your lifestyle. You know, you can be with Councillor Gongwa. No. You can have the shades on if you want, but I know Councillor Gonglo would definitely order. He will definitely order your lifestyle. You can be with Councillor Gonglo and be wearing that kind of dark raw. You wearing on that kind of expensive a jacket and all of that. No, you know, Councillor Gonglo is gonna audit you. But you know, you wearing all these things. Look at your political leader today, my man. Aba, to river.
Oh, man, make him to all, my man. Make him to all, Nelson.
You wearing all that thing. Look at it.
Wearing all that thing.
Look at the feeder that somebody
I drive
posted.
right beyond Brooming Disrespect. Boom out here, right? Boom right again.
Where going on here?
Just riding you.
What's going on?
I drive it right beyond Brooming Disrespect. Boom out here, right? Boom
Man,
right
they are
again.
driving red beyond Broom in District 6.
You wearing that dark shades and the papi having rallied, nobody there. No, the papi waving to himself by himself, all onto himself.
I mean,
and,
where
you know,
is the 75%, my man?
you know, and I'm thinking, but let me say welcome to the show, gentlemen.
I mean, we all know there is this unknown voters out there, bro.
Y'all still believe in the silent voter thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Y'all think that thing working in the election? But
Yo,
anyway,
what?
let me say welcome, Sylvester. Touré, welcome. You are here to represent Councillor Tiawon Gonglo. We've been joined by okay, can you kindly introduce yourself, sir? Is it Kpo? Can you unmute?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, this is your first time on the show, right?
yeah. I've been watching you guys all the time, and I just can you hear me?
Yes, you're loud, you're clear. I'm getting you
Okay.
very well. Okay. So
Yes.
you said what's the name? Is it Chatty Po? Or I like you to just pronounce your name right.
Yeah, my name is Chetty Bo.
Okay. Thanks for joining us tonight. Do you represent any political party here on the show? Do you support any political party?
Yes, I support the rescue team.
Okay, like another rescuer here tonight. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us. Rudolph, I want to say thank you. Welcome to the show. Prince, welcome as well.
Man,
And
people are Bruna, man. The Papa, in the say, you know the Bruna, he can put Bruna.
Papa Industry says waving all to himself, all by himself.
Man,
And
you're leading Bruna.
I'm thinking, where is Touré? Where is Touré? You know, how come Touré let the Papa to be out here and he's waving all by himself? You know, but again, this is where we are, man. I want to say welcome to everyone. Sharif is in the background. Sharif has been very busy with the rescue team. They make him to Liberia. They make him sit down. He can stand up. He can lay down. You know, he just so busy with the rescue mission. Is it mission possible or mission impossible? You keep on, whatever the case is. I want to say thanks to you guys.
Nelson, how you say Mission Impossible? He saw the crowd on Sunday. They say Mission Impossible.
Come on, crowd team.
The Mission Impossible already.
This is not the
Look,
first
man.
time we have seen crowd pranks. Come on, man.
Okay, so
that crowd was different, bro.
listen, we want to move straight into it tonight. Because
Nelson, I am having a feeling that Touré is about to indulge JMB tonight. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean about that. Ture is a staunch supporter of Councillor Tiawon Gonglo.
I don't know, but my gut feeling doesn't
Ture
lie.
have predated here over and over and again that Councillor Tiawon Gonglo is going to win 75% of the vote. And that's something he have said, not once, not twice, you know. So an attempt to endorse another person at this stage would be a betrayal of the struggle, which I don't think Ture wants to do now.
No, absolutely, Nelson.
Maybe
And to get piggyback off of what you just said, Nelson. Rudolph, the whole you digging for me tonight, jumping over it.
okay.
Okay.
Rudolph,
Matter of fact, I plead the fifth. No
Councillor
further
Tiawon
comment.
Gonglo. Thank you. Okay, so the link is there in the comment section. We're encouraging the females to join us as we move on with the show tonight. Now a lot of you have been following now, but listen, you weren't here yesterday. I just want to get your take quickly on this crowd thing. Only you, Ture. What do you make of that whole crowd thing yesterday? What do you make of that?
Well, Nelson, to be quite honest with you, in as much I don't subscribe to the ideology of the United Party, as a Liberian, and one who support Honorable Tiawon say Gonglo, we talk it like we see it. That crowd was as organic like the apple I ate from Wegman yesterday. But I also saw that crowd also saw a great opportunity for us, especially because that was just that crowd was not unique to Unity Party. You can go ahead and attribute it to Unity Party all you want, but I saw Liberians from every walks of life.
Okay.
Out that ring in that ring reclaiming their country. That's what I saw.
Thank you.
There's an opportunity there for LPP to tap into those potentials out there. So yes.
How do you tap into the potentials now? They crowd are not your crowd. They crowd and go there enough for you.
But you have to understand.
Nelson,
Nelson, you have to understand.
No problem.
Not everybody out there that had on UP or Jersey, for lack of better words. But what I saw down there were a lot of disgruntled Liberians that are sick and tired of the current status quo in their nation, and they came to show to the entire world that they are ready to take over their country. And LPP members were in there too, so we'll tap into that.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so thank you.
I don't think.
Thanks a lot. We gotta move on. Lots of things to talk about here today.
It will not be a feasible one. Thank you.
Come again. You.
No, I was saying to Ture the word disgruntled to describe the people of Liberia like that. It was not in a feasible position of that word. Yeah, it was not good. Yeah.
You saying in a good context.
You have to understand the context in which I'm using it.
They are disgruntled with what's happening to them. Right. They are disgruntled characteristically.
Right. In relation to the condition they have been subjected to, that's what I'm talking about in that phrase.
Hey,
thank you, Sandy.
You know, sometimes the checkpoint you can you read. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Unity Party partisans and the Councillor Tiawon Gonglo people, they are all opposition. I think Josh will have to come in to break the tie or whatever. But it's great to be here again tonight. I'm not going to put Sylvester up here anymore. Where
Sandy, stop playing on my internet, man. Stop it.
Sylvester has lost that space.
I'm not an RT guy. Blame Sharif.
Okay, but I'd like us to move straight into the program. We move to the rules now. As you are aware, we are supposed to keep our microphones off. Please mute once it's not your turn. And if you're giving the flow, all other persons will have to adhere to, let's say, give you the time to speak. And let me say, welcome back, Sharif. The man in LRB position. You see how LRB can reduce people? Amazing. You say that it's not gonna change live by the king. You see, I LRB change in there sooner. Welcome to the show.
I miss you guys, bro.
Easy internet. That the LRB there. Welcome, my brother. Welcome. It's great to have you on. I saw some of the videos and stuff you share with me. I hope to have them uploaded.
I to pop in because it's 1:24 here now, and we need to be up by 6 in the morning and head out of county as well. So we got so I just wanted to show up and then just give like a quick update, and if you guys can permit me, and then I just go straight to bed.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to go through what I can go through, and you're here up to 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. the morning. Then we'll finish that before we go.
When you be telling the man 1 minute, you can say, no, I gotta finish my closing.
I need to do my closing, you know. But it's great, man. It's good to see you. Napoleon, it's good to see you as well. Thanks a lot, sir, for coming on. We're gonna move to your update, Sharif. We'll move to the update. But something very important happened today, and I thought to have us take a look at it. As you know, the president and the team and the delegate, they are at the UNGA. I understand the president should be speaking tomorrow, which is today in Liberia now, because it's 1:24 a.m. here. And so it's a big stage, man. The world stage where world leaders will be making the case for their countries, giving the updates, what's happening in their country, what their strengths, their weaknesses are, and a lot more things that are happening in their country. But while this is going on, I don't know how many of you stumbled across this hearing today with Alan White, and some of the things that were being said. And now, listen, I know a lot of you follow this particular thing, but I'm going to play the video again because I want you guys to share your take on this. This is coming at a time. Now, this U.S. congressman is raising this issue. This hearing is going on at a time when our president is in the United States of America. This is going on at a time when he has gone to make the case for our country after telling world leaders some years back that he was going to end corruption in the country. After over 4 years of that promise of ending corruption in a post-war Liberia, the president is back after 4 years or 5 years, let's make it. And this time around, he's called up into this hearing. And some of the issues that have been listed, and like some of you watched the video, I'm going to play this video again. You listen to Alan White and some of the things he's talking about in this video. It doesn't say well about the government, number one. It doesn't say well about governance in our country. It doesn't send a good picture even about the president. Some of the things that are being outlined in this video. And worst of all, this is happening at a time when Liberia is at a crossroad. We are in a very crucial electoral period in our country. So I'm going to play this video again and afford you the time, the opportunity to share your thoughts on this particular video. What does it say about the chances of the CDC government? What does it say about Liberia? What does it say about the image of our country? What does it say about governance in our country? And a lot more. I want us to take up time to go through here. Well, let me welcome my co-moderator, Moba Zokia. Thanks for joining us. The man came to...
I do it, guy.
He came to church late today, so... but that's okay. But I want us to go straight to this.
The same problems continue under the current President George Manawiya administration. And unlike Sirleaf, there were no insiders reporting on her direct involvement with ritual killings. However, we've received information that the current administration has been linked to the ritual killing of children. Sources advise us that the police are only allowed to investigate these matters in a conspicuous or very superficial manner, as not to get too close involved. Also, because of the high-level links to the government, it is taboo to say anything about it. Otherwise, you could be the next victim. One of the most notable allegations of ritualistic killings involved mysterious disappearance of 3 young men who were hired by a proprietor of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor to undertake a task in Bong County. On 17 October 2020, Robert Blamo, Siafa Boima, and Bobby Beanquay were reported drowned in a river in Fuama District, Lower Bong County, when a canoe that they were allegedly riding capsized while returning to their homes. They were hired to do a piece of work, small piece of work called a piece of job, by a mining company owned and operated by Mr. Moses Aso. He was the owner of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor, and his partner, Mr. Abraham S. Manuels. It was reported that Mr. Abuaso, that the 3 young men were drowned. The bodies were retrieved by him and never returned to the parents. He has close ties to the president and the government of Liberia, and through the Ministry of Justice, who he has contacts with, they have failed to provide an update or release the outcome of the investigation or a report on the circumstances that led to the conclusion they drowned. Why didn't they release the bodies? The aggrieved families believe their children are being kept in a sacred place to be used for alleged ritualistic purposes. The family members sought the assistance of the international community, including the U.S. Embassy and the United Nations. As a result, on December 10, 2021, the United Nations issued a public statement. A human rights expert today called on the Liberian government to promptly investigate a series of killings that have occurred this year, some of which have been reported linked to ritual practices. At least 10 people have been killed in unclear circumstances in 2021, including 5 in September, reportedly with suspected link to ritualistic practices or political motivations. According to the information received by the Special Rapporteur, Morris Tinball Bentz, 3 of the most recent victims were either former officials or had links to high-profile former politicians. Even a recent death of some girls involved in a political campaign held by the president's party, CDC, sparked outrage by the citizens, and allegations of their death were done for ritualistic readings. The local headlines in a local newspaper said, Liberia, citizens to President Weah. No ritual can help you from leaving office after the election.
So there you have it. There you have it. Dr. Allen White, a U.S. congressman, they're reading that report at the hearing. Now, and again, this is happening when Liberia is at a crossroad, and you listen to him outline series of events, series of activities. He talked about mysterious killings in the country and how majority of those mysterious killings or those mysterious deaths have been linked to ritualistic activities. And not just that, he talked about the investigative process, that is either government has done nothing to investigate those cases according to reports that they have before them, or that even the people investigating have been restricted with respect to what length they can go to in terms of the investigation and all of that. He talked about the 3 missing boys, a famous stuff that a lot of you are aware of, and every other thing you heard him talk about. Now, this speaks volume, but I want you guys to share your thoughts on it. We'll play that video again. We'll play that video over and over and again in the course of the show, so that people out there and even those joining us for the first time can know exactly what it is. But what are your thoughts on this particular video? Let's start with you, Moba, and then we're gonna move on to Sandy, and then to Ray. What does it say about our government? What does it say about the image of our country? What does it say about justice, investigation? What does it say about security? Let's hear from you, Moba.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Well, if you have irresponsible government, that's what happened. You will always notice that another people will try to interfere in your business or whatsoever. But
as we say, right? I mean, all right. The whole issue of Adam West saying those things, it is 100% true. It is true. Our government only solve cases that is not political motivated. Maybe that's something that is not part of. Maybe it's not part of CDC. Something is just for maybe, for example, look at Musu Scott case. Ain't understand? But you get the 3 missing boys. You get it, all it talks. All the people. And when you put it together, the investigation, nobody get any answer to those people who have been killed. There's no conclusion. There's no what I would say, just lack of words, because our partner said it all. Adam West, he said it all. There's nothing that we are government can do to bring any perpetrator to justice for this past. I mean, for all those killing, because their hands is in the cookie jar. The people know who do all the killing. They know. The people know that while they will never tell you say the investigation. They will not even tell you say they start investigation. Can anybody tell you that what last the government come with any proceeding or papers or document that we continue on the investigation? The only thing they will tell you say the conclusion. Some of the investigation have been concluded, but there's no fact in it. So you see, so the people got to come in. The people got to come in and say those, and say those things, so our government can get, to their feet, because the whole government is based on selective. That's the reason why we are taking this government out of power, because they only go after people who go against them. But as long as for them, when you commit crime, they protect you, they guide you themselves. They're part of those things. They are set part of those killings. That's the reason why you never get no closure on those cases. I can bet anybody, this government, this George Weah government will never ever bring it closure to this. I mean, to those people that were killed. More the auditor, the 3 missing boys, all the people, there will be no closure. I'm telling you this. Except, let me conclude by saying, except different government come to power, that will open the case wide and carry on proper investigation. And you see, people will be confessing, and will know people who pointing fingers at people in government that are responsible. You understand? So, if leave with the government, there will be nothing, but we tell our partner, our greatest ally, thank you, the United States, by stepping in. And one day, justice will prevail for those people who was killed in cold blood at Summit.
Okay, so Sandy, you listen to Dr. Allen White. Go ahead. What's your take on that?
Look, before I even go deeper, I'd like for people to know who Dr. Allen White is.
Yeah.
Dr. Allen White is specialized in investigative reports or investigative research.
Sure.
Now, he has been part of this group called the Advocacy Foundation for Human Rights, and his focus has been on Africa. He played a major role in that Sierra Leone war crime court that keeping Charles Taylor in prison today. He's not a man to overlook. He knows his information. He does his research very thoroughly, and he has people on ground wherever he operates. Over the last few years, his focus has been on Liberia. He has done thorough research on Liberia and have made some profound statements regarding the issues in Liberia. So Dr. White is not a man that is just speaking on the George Weah government. He is informed. So to the issue, what he spoke about, we can see what's happening in the country. He's talking about the poor judiciary system that is bad. I mean, pretty much not functional in the country. He talks about how there has been ritualistic killing, and there has been no thorough or proper investigation. This hearing that was held today wasn't just on Liberia. It was a hearing. The hearing is titled "Efforts to Address Racial Abuse and Sacrifice in Africa." But his portion of the speech was mainly focused on Liberia and a little bit on Sierra Leone. So he is informed. All of what he outlined, we see them. We see them. Our government, I mean, Nelson, I will say this. If you are in a house, in a home, and something continue to, money keep missing, and people keep pointing to you, and you are not finding resolution, you are not trying to investigate the issue or be clear about it, they will always point finger to you. Our president go mute when there are deaths in the country, or explain deaths in the country. He doesn't address them. He made a statement that this lady and this guy that were found there in the car, I can't remember their names. I'm sure you guys know their names. He said they were doing boyfriend and they were doing boyfriend and girlfriend stuff coming from a president. And then we have the 3 missing boys. I mean, all the auditors. I'm hearing the link. I mean, to Mobutu death and all of what's happening in Liberia. A serious government would take a strong stand and talk about the issues. Even if you are not part of it, try to give your people hope, pave a way for resolution, pave a way for a clear answer. The families of those people deserve answer. And when you go mute on them, when you are silent on them, other people around the world will speak for them. So Allen White speaking will not be silent. Don't think it's just one day talking. Allen White is speaking to the Congress, the US Congress, and other people that have power to act. So Mr. Weah may think that he can be exonerated, or he may not be targeted, or he cannot, face any justice at this point. But Mr. Weah is still young. Even, God forbid, if he should be elected again, re-elected, 6 years to his age, he can still face justice. After that, he's still young. The people like the city mayor, Jefferson Kochi, young people, and for their names to always be in these kind of names, ritualistic killings, or explain death in the country, they must try to correct these things. I mean, I'm to some extent worried about them. This was a serious hearing. Serious people were there, and this is going to go far. And I think they should take it serious. Thank you.
Thank you. Direct.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you to the panelists and our viewers. Guys, we are at a crossroad, right? The road to redemption, or the road to maintain the current status quo. And I know my Liberian people would not allow themselves to be subjected to the status quo. You see, Allen White, like my boy Sandy alluded, he's not a small potato in a committee of nations. He's a serious investigative journalist, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. When people like that speaks, power listings, okay, and that's what we are saying. And to just piggyback off of everything that Sandy just said, when you are mute on situations that are so detrimental to the survivability of your citizens, then people try to tap into your lackadaisical or maybe your insensitivity of these issues. Now we're talking about all these auditors, and not only did he talk about ritualistic killings, he also talked about extrajudicial killings. All right, so you compound that with everything else that have happened in the country, and there is no conclusive funding that could actually send certain level of closure to family or victim or the nation at large, then what do you expect people to feel? And I've said this numerous times. You see, government and governing, they are tedious stuff. And it comes to people that really, really are vested into doing the job of the people. If you can't do anything, do not put your hand up, say, I can do it. Because now, if you don't do what you actually is expected of you, or what is expected of you, then people become very, very angry. And that's what is happening now in this government. And that's what the Liberian people are finally coming to the realization that, you know what? George Weah is not cut for this. The president is not cut for this. We all can sit and watch the president. We all can sit and watch this government time with time number disintegrate into areas that none of us expected to have gone. You gotta talk about other stuff. I also talk about complacency. You see, when you are complacent on things that are so dying to people or survivabilities, then people look at you and say, but wait now, are you really here to lead, or you are here to booger dance? Right?
Okay.
And that's what we are seeing. Either the president is such oblivious to the functionaries of leadership, or he just don't care as to what comes with the responsibility of being a leader.
But listen, with all of the things that have been outlined by Dr. Allen White in that particular report, you listen to him and so forth. Is there a way that you can disassociate the government from some of the things he talked about that were outlined in that particular report of his?
Nelson, you cannot, because you know what? The government is the chief leader of the nation, right? So like the government set the bar. The government is the bar. Matter of fact, not even setting the bar. The government is the bar. Everybody dance to the government's tune, right? And we see that this government does not have the interest. If like Mobile said, the government only act on stuff that affects her bottom line. Anything that affects
listen,
the nation,
linking the government, like in that report we heard from Dr. White, linking the government to extrajudicial killing for ritualistic purposes. Those are things that are very grave. I mean, those are issues that are serious, very, very serious, and it has a lot to do with the image of the government, even the country.
But Nelson, Allen White did not misspoke. The man said it, that individual, especially with the case of the 3 missing boys, that the guy involved in that, whatever, in that these are people that have close tie with the president. Okay? So now
giving information.
Right. So we're not saying the president, I'm not here to indict the president on these things, but also the president have all of the resources, the government have all of the resources to their disposal to bring closure to some of these things. And if you don't do that, then people have the right to speculate whatever way they find fit. Because if you have the resources and these things are happening in your country, Nelson, and if you are a government that is so self-conscious of the image of your government, of your leadership, and you don't want to perpetrate any negative image out there to the international community, then that government have interest in funding what are happening in the country. And if you don't do that, people will speculate, and people have the right to point their hands wherever they feel fit. All right.
Thank you.
And you cannot accuse them for doing that because you have not done your due diligence with the abundance of resources available to you to make closure to some of these issues. Thank you very much.
Let's move to Prince. And this is concerning. Yeah, you wanted to make a point.
You asked a good question. Can we link the government to all of this? Allen White says something. He asked a question in his speech, and I heard it. If they are not responsible for the death of the 2 missing boys, why didn't they release their body? Why is the government not responding? If you are not guilty, why are you not responding? Why you didn't release those 3 boys' body to their family? So those are key questions the government must answer. Let them come and answer already themselves.
Let's move to Prince, and that's another interesting aspect.
Yeah, we want to speak,
very concerning aspect.
Can we get Sherry? You want to go? You're not used to your Nigerian time. Yeah, I beg you, just forget
that
him.
man. I will suffer that man
today. After being a man.
Me and man, lead that man.
Okay, but then you stay up to that. You stay up. You're not going. You stay up for punishment.
All right.
Like punishment.
All right.
Okay, but let's take Prince. After Prince, we'll take Sheriff. But Prince, go ahead. Listen, you heard Dr. White. He talked about the aspect. He emphasized. He placed some real emphasis on the aspect that had to do with the 3 guys going missing who have been contracted by St. Moses to do a piece of job. According to report, they drowned in this kingdom or whatever they were on in Bone County in the former district, but their bodies were not given to the family.
All right. Let me say good afternoon to all the panelists, and then good morning to Liberians in Liberia and the rest of the world. You know, firstly, when you heard Dr. Allen White speaking, if you play that clip, he did spoke about Ellen government. Maybe you're not smart to catch it. If you play that clip, you hear him say,
he said unlike Ellen government. Yeah,
Ellen
he
government.
said unlike
So,
the government of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Right.
I'm
That
gonna
was
play
one.
that clip again right after you before I bring Sheriff in.
That was one. 2, agree that Dr. Allen White is making the case here at the parliament to the House of Representatives and Senate. But this also lies on the Liberians. Just how the former ambassador was leaving, he said, it left with Liberians to wake up before the partners can come in. Because across the fence and look, say anything beyond this. Dr. Allen White giving you time, date, and month. So, and after it will be put up to the American Embassy and the United Nations Human Rights Service. So believe you me, President, we are speaking tomorrow in the US at the G Summit. The world going to be watching him to hear what he will say, because a lot of congressmen watches the entire G Summit at the same time while in section. They take points. At the crucial point in time where you speaking tomorrow and Dr. White addressing Congress today.
And that's the alarming aspect of it. Our president is going to be addressing, the UNGA tomorrow. All right. And then just a day before that, you have Dr. Allen White coming to make all these terrible comments about the president, the government, the country, and even linking the government to mysterious ritualistic killing.
So now,
what does this even say about the visit of our president to the UNGA?
Right. Good. So if you see, Brother Sandy just told you that Allen White, when he talk, he goes and fast check. He fast check. He don't just speak. With facts. You see him flipping the papers? Those are key facts that he has. Now, the main issue there is this. The same thing is that killing Liberians today, making our people in our country to obtain visa is not easy. You apply for your child or your children, they sit in Liberia for years. They will not call them. They take the file, they put it aside. It's because the lack of incompetence of the government to pursue cases. God don't sleep. We're talking about 3 missing boys in Flamerton River. Tata come on the show every night because she went to the capital before on this issue. We protested at the capital. God is hearing the cry of the mothers, the sisters, the brother in a timely manner, which will be tomorrow and today.
Thank you.
That's what you see.
Thank you. So we're gonna take Sheriff. I know Sheriff will come on, but let me play this video again just before we take Sheriff. It's important that our people, even those just joining us, get to know exactly what we're talking about. This is Dr. Allen White here at this hearing today. And he's placing emphasis on Liberia, and he's outlining some of the activities he says is linked to the government, mysterious killing for ritualistic purposes, the justice
The
system,
same problems
and a lot
continue
more.
under the current President George Manawiya administration, and unlike Sirleaf, there were no insiders reporting on her direct involvement with ritual killings. However, we've received information that the current administration has been linked to the ritual killing of children.
We're going to come back to that video, but did you just capture something? He said the same problem begin with this government. And he said, unlike former government, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf,
yep,
but
we did not have insiders. In the previous government, we did not have insiders coming to reveal these pieces of information. But now, in the case of this government, there are people who are inside. Now he's talking about insiders. So he's saying that the report that Allen White is reading right now is coming at pieces of information that he gathered from insiders. Those who are in the government, they're in the system, they confide in him, and they were able to give him those pieces of information. But let's listen to the entire video, then we'll come back to you guys to share your take on this.
The same problems continue under the current President George Manawiya administration, and unlike Sirleaf, there were no insiders reporting on her direct involvement with ritual killings. However, we've received information that the current administration has been linked to the ritual killing of children. Sources advise us that the police are only allowed to investigate these matters in a conspicuous or very superficial manner, as not to get too close involved. Also, because of the high-level links to the government, it is taboo to say anything about it, otherwise you could be the next victim. One of the most notable allegations of ritualistic killings involved mysterious disappearance of 3 young men who were hired by a proprietor of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor to undertake a task in Bong County. On 17 October 2020, Robert Blamo, Siafa Boima, and Bobby Beanquay were reported drowned in a river in Fuama District, Lower Bong County, when a canoe that they were allegedly riding capsized while returning to their homes. They were hired to do a piece of work, small piece of work called a piece of job, by a mining company owned and operated by Mr. Moses Aso. He was the owner of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor, and his partner, Mr. Abraham S. Manuels. It was reported that Mr. Abu Aso, that the 3 young men were drowned. The bodies were retrieved by him and never returned to the parents. He has close ties to the president and the government of Liberia, and through the Ministry of Justice, who he has contacts with, they have failed to provide an update or release the outcome of the investigation or a report on the circumstances that led to the conclusion they drowned. Why didn't they release the bodies? The aggrieved families believe their children are being kept in a sacred place to be used for alleged ritualistic purposes. The family members sought the assistance of the international community, including the U.S. Embassy and the United Nations. As a result, on December 10, 2021, the United Nations issued a public statement. A human rights expert today called on the Liberian government to promptly investigate a series of killings that have occurred this year, some of which have been reported to link to ritual practices. At least 10 people have been killed in unclear circumstances in 2021, including 5 in September, reportedly with suspected link to ritualistic practices or political motivations. According to the information received by the Special Rapporteur, Morris Tinball Bentz, 3 of the most recent victims were either former officials or had links to high-profile former politicians. Even a recent death of some girls involved in a political campaign held by the president's party, CDC, sparked outrage by the citizens, and allegations of their death were done for ritualistic readings. The local headlines in a local newspaper said, Liberia, citizens to President Weah. No ritual can help you from leaving office after the election.
That's it?
Well, I think
So, Rudolph. Not Rudolph. Yeah, Rudolph.
Yeah,
Rudolph time.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Thank you, Moraba.
Yeah, brother.
You know, not to sound repetitive here, because the brothers have already said almost everything, but I think it's important to say this. You know, wherever we see smoke, some kind of fire there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I was baffled when I looked through the comment section and I was seeing George, and I saw George talking about, oh, the man is not this, the man is not that, and even accusing Dr. White. You know, it has become normal for these guys to overlook these kind of things. But when you listen to Sandy was right. This is a serious investigator who has the ability to present to people who take serious actions on these things. So, guys, this is no joke. We are going to see serious actions being taken. Also, to the point, I stand to be corrected. But if this is the entire presentation of Dr. White, then I am a bit disappointed, because he did not cover everything that I would say were to be covered. For example, he did not mention the auditors.
No, listen, Rudolph, 1 second. Today, sponsor, it was not all, it's a segment.
Oh, it's a segment.
So, I think that's the first segment.
Yeah, that's why I said I stand to be corrected. But everything he said over there, for me, it's not even I believe, I know that these are all realities. Because, people are crying every day. The parents and the families of those missing boys are still in tears. And just like everything he said, plus more, we see and hear every day. And I do like the part where he talked about the justice system being superficial when it comes to handling cases. For me, that speaks volume, because the reason why they are superficial in handling these cases and bringing closure is just simple, because they have their hands in the cookie jar. Because when they dig further, there will be people from higher up who will be linked to these things, and because of that fear, and because of the power those people have over them, they sometimes they don't even investigate, or if they try to, because of the public pressure, they become very superficial. And I will close with this. These guys, the US people like Dr. White can only do so much for us, guys. It's gonna be up to us Liberians to take steps.
Exactly. Yep.
These guys will flag these issues, but in the end, it's up to us. What are we doing? Are we waking up? Are we standing up for our rights? Are we saying we are tired with what is going on? And you know, this thing came out at a very crucial time. We are about to go to the ballot again to usher in a new government, or to maintain the same government. Liberians, you have listened to this guy. He has flagged the issues. It's into your hands. Are you in any way okay to have these things continue? Are you about to allude to the status quo, or you want to change this and usher in a new, responsible and prepared government? That is the question.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. Sylvester made it last year.
Let me mute ourselves, guys.
Can everybody mute? Sylvester made it last. Josh, come in.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Look, I want to thank you all for the opportunity again to speak. I think I listened to Alan White, even though I did not listen to entire, report. A lot of people are saying that he's a congressman. No, he's not. He's an ordinary American citizen who is involved with lobbying. He can lobby.
What's the definition of ordinary?
There is nothing ordinary about that man, bro.
Look, man, if you want to interrupt me, I'll just go off so you can continue, because I know you believe what you believe. See,
Well, don't go liar. The man is not ordinary. Don't make us talk on the correct.
You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear.
No,
We are on national
Senegal, we're not
radio.
do this, right? No, listen,
don't-
now, we're
We're
not
not ordinary.
George,
Listen,
you will
let the
not
man
be
talk.
feeding false information here. No, he's
No,
not
Don't
listen.
spew
ordinary.
false
No,
information
we
here.
Baba,
Everywhere.
I didn't say
Senegal.
anything. I just said he's not an ordinary man. That's what
Yeah,
I said.
Senegal. Yeah, we're not do this, right? That mute. When the man finish talking, Sylvester coming in, Sylvester will make a correction.
But why
That's
would
it.
you even allow him to spew this kind of lies to the
No,
public?
that's a man time. Get a man
Rudolph,
right. That man
Rudolph,
speak.
guys,
You
let
be
us,
yourself.
guys,
And after the man talk,
let's give him the time.
we got
Give him the respect.
Sylvester coming in. So,
Right.
so
Give him
yeah,
the
thank
time,
you,
give him the
Senegal. That
respect.
make it show.
After
And
he come,
let's go by the rules. Let's go by the
Right.
rules. I beg you, Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, guys, look, I know a lot of you guys here, you just want to see President Weah in handcuff and sent to prison without any due process. And because that's what you want. And everyone knows what they want. But some of us, we have to speak the truth. And we speak what we know of. If anyone here says Dr. Olin White is a congressman or an American official, let me know, because I don't know. This is the same Olin White who took Prince Johnson to Ghana to ask him to be second to Bernard Ure in the 2017 elections. This is the same Olin White we're talking about. Olin White has been around for a long time. People pay him money and he does what they want him to do. That's what he does. He has contact in Washington. If you want me to send you the tape where Prince Johnson exposed him, that this Olin White man gave me money, gave me hotel room, and asked me to go as vice senate bearer to Bernard Ure, I can send you the tape. Olin White is a guy who lobbies for people who paid him money. And I know you would think I'm lying, but the facts are out there. So I'm not going to convince anyone here. What I want to say is that Olin White telling us that the boy's body were retrieved from the river but never given to the parents. That's another black lie. I don't know why you guys would believe lies. That is a blatant lie. And we all know it. But you guys here sit here because of your own agenda. You want to believe anything anyone says, regardless of the facts. I will tell you now, do whatever you want to do. Make your face any way you want to do it. I know that Olin White is being paid to say what he's saying. And Councilor Vedio is behind this. Councilor Vedio has been the one who has been giving this guy information. And we know Councilor Vedio has an agenda and he is a liar as well. So look, go and believe what you want to believe. But this is the truth. And look, let me tell you, everything he's saying to people who got brains as well. And those people go and investigate and will realize that everything he said there is a lie. So many things go to Congress. People got different people that go to Congress. Some people go there, they say they're against same-sex marriage. Same-sex marriage still exists in America. They'll go and lobby and say what they want to say. People go there to express themselves and say what they want to say, but that doesn't mean that what they're saying is true or should be taken as true. So look, guys, that's why I want to stop. I just popped in because I'm busy, but I'll be listening in. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Sylvester.
Thank you. First of all, nobody came here and said that Olin White is a congressman. Get that straight, okay? Number two, you have your opinion. You are entitled to it. But what you are not entitled to are the facts, okay? Well, before the sanction could come on the government, because if the minister of state can be sanctioned, that the president is sanctioned indirectly, okay? You guys, citizens, were running around with all kinds of things, insulting your congressman or Chris Smith and all of that. At the end of the day, what happened? Okay, America is one of our stakeholders. They invest a lot of money into our country, so they speak for us. All right, unlike Australia that does nothing for us. We don't know them from anywhere. Just sit in Australia and have your opinion. Number two, the primary job of a government is one of the primary jobs or responsibility of a government is to provide security for its citizens. The gentleman on this show, because there's no lady here tonight, How difficult is it to investigate and come up with a finding of someone who you said shot himself in the head multiple times, the EPS director? How difficult it is to come up with a report and publish it to our stakeholders. You don't do that, okay? You as a president of a country, people died in the street in car. You said they were boyfriend and girlfriend. What are you trying to prove, okay? Look, this thing will come to an end. And before, Congress don't just waste taxpayer money. You don't just run to Congress with something and they call people. They're paying those people. It's not just, that's a hearing that before it goes to that level, it must have some merits before it make it up to that level. They don't just carry something and bring a bunch of people that can sit down and listen as if taxpayer money is a waste. They have to account for the money they spend. Okay, so you can sit there and have all of the. But one thing I can assure: one day, it will come to an end. And those who are in government, who are engaged in killing and destroying the lives of our citizens, will come to justice, and justice will be served. So you guys can run around with everything being delusional about it and be hyper about it. No amount of intimidation will intimidate us. We will stand to this fight. We will fight to the end until justice is served. Stop there.
Thank you. Yeah,
let me get quick. Let me get 1 second. 1 minute.
Who that Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Go home now. Yeah, thank you. George, I don't know where you got that information from.
No, you're driving. When you're driving, we can take you.
Okay, all right. But I just want to make that clarity quick.
Prince,
you said about it.
I parked the car in John.
When you park the car, you make the clarity.
Okay, all right.
Then you get.
Let me kind. Look, you know what amazes me about George is the fact that my brother sits in Australia and speaks as safe to say he's a stakeholder in the government, or how these decisions are made, or how these cases are investigated. Joe, you said all of the killings, extrajudicial and ritualistic killings that have happened in Liberia, they have all been fully and comprehensively investigated, right? You said that on this show. So I just want to know what role you have with this government that you will come on here every day and speak with such authority that we can sit there and believe you that in fact all of these cases were investigated and the government have absolutely no link with these things. I just want you to explain that to us, George, because that way I must say I can go to now and say, like, anything George said, I should believe him, because George is actually sitting there when these cases are being investigated and the funding arrive on his desk every single day, because that's exactly how you speak. You speak with such authority that I safe to say you get all these information. And I don't want to believe that, because you're in Australia, bro.
So that you're asking George a question to see,
I'm asking
if you
George a
have
question, yes.
evidence that the government
I'm
investigates
asking
all
George
the
a
cases
question,
and
because
having
George said
documentary.
something about the three Mason boys that actually angered one of the sisters to call on the show. George said all of those cases were investigated. So I just want to know what kind of authority George have to be speaking on these issues.
George, come in.
The same authority that you have, that you sit there and you believe every nonsense that is being spewed out. That's the same authority.
You got to watch your words, man.
No, take it back. Take it back.
Nonsense. I said
Take it back.
nonsense. I'm not taking anything back.
You don't go there and use that word. Moniba, please put the man in check.
George,
I'm not taking
back. George, listen, right?
You don't come here and say that.
People sitting with our children.
You are work, you on show, you stealing the people money, and you on talk show. Then you come here and use nonsense.
You see the stupid guy?
Yeah?
Call himself Sylvester?
Yes, you are work, you on talk show. What kind of transparency is that?
My man,
That's
no,
when I
go back and forth.
Yeah, man.
Tell guy.
Yeah, you can't hear and say nonsense. But man, look,
Moniba,
one about 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute, Moniba, 1 minute. When it comes to certain topic, Moniba, let's take politics out of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are grieving. So when you come here, don't come be condescending to these people. Just now you open the phone line will go blessing. Trying to chase him out of here. What's that?
And look, let me say that before Sandy comes in, right? Moba, I understand you said, oh, let George finish, bro.
Yeah.
There are certain things when you hold on, wait.
No, the reason, no, I come in.
Wait, now,
I come in.
Moba, let me say this. Moba, let me just say this. Let me say
I come in there 2 seconds. Let me make the clarity. The reason why I told you guys for you to come in front. The reason being I make Sylvester the last to try to make some correction that maybe you know like Sylvester already did. So that's the reason why I said.
Moba, let me tell you this, right? On these shows, right? What people do when anyone of us come
because we keep going back and forth
and start making outlandish statement here. If you don't put out to check, guess what? Some people just come in for a few seconds and leave. So if somebody says something and you don't hold it in check, guess what? That person just gone with that information. All right. So when a man come here and say Alan White, Dr. Alan White, just an ordinary person, he's not no ordinary person. No ordinary person go have a session with the United States Congress. Come on, man.
Sandy, you want to come in?
Yeah. So
that go to the next topic onto the main account.
I mean, I definitely have no desire to go back and forth with Josh, but
that's the reason.
He made a statement, and I just want to speak to it. Just says some of us here have we just want to see President Weah locked up with no investigation. I have no interest in seeing President Weah locked up. I have no interest seeing any of our leaders in jail. But look, when it comes to the Liberian people issues, and when it comes to the issue of killing and people, family are grieving, and there are things are happening that cannot be explained, and no justice for the family, then we must all, as Liberians, speak to them. This is non-political. People die. People are dying. Family are grieving. Family need answers. So this is non-political. So I do not want to see President Weah in prison or in jail by any means. However, I do expect my president and the current leadership to seriously investigate the issues of unexplained death, to give justice to the family, explain how those people got missing, how they died. Like Sylvester pointed to the killing of this EPS officer, who they told us shot himself in the head 3 times or more than 3 times. That you can only sell that story to someone from Pluto. And even I believe someone in Pluto won't believe you. So it doesn't make sense. So some of those things need to be explained. And that's what we are saying. I'm not saying they should imprison Mr. Weah. Nobody wants to see him in jail. But Mr. Weah deserves to do the right thing for the Liberian people. The Liberian people elected him, and he has the responsibility to protect the country so that our country can be saved. We're talking about no job, no investment in the country. You heard what Alan White said? People are going to be listening to that. Who want to bring their investment to Liberia? Well, what Alan White said. Well, what other people are saying. So we need our government to take it serious.
Thank
so
you.
that other people can take Liberia serious as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we'll conclude on the matter, and we all know that the government got a full responsibility to investigate. It's not the private citizen. So the matter is on the government to do it.
But Moriba, just look at the theme of this year's UNGA. Okay, rebuilding trust and reigniting global solidarity. Rebuilding trust. Okay, how you rebuild your trust with your citizens? Why is going to speak tomorrow about rebuilding trust?
Because you already feel the Liberian people when it comes to trust. Yeah, but we don't go back and forth on that, and we all understand what Adam Ware, we know the type of person he is. He comes with facts, and people from the government giving information and evidence. So he not just come on the radio or on the media to tell people, oh, this why we are evident and we are facts. So we all know, people on our voice, listening to us tonight, they know exactly what is going on in Liberia. They know what they need closer for their family. And you understand? So that's when we all know that. But our second topic will be going to the girl who a boyfriend, quote unquote, I don't know, it's a boyfriend, but according to the news, they said boyfriend, but I think they did a traditional marriage or try to kill her because
Fiancé,
I don't know.
she said.
Yeah. So let me read it. Let me read it, the articles, and then we can discuss it. Okay. 32 years old American national Lucas Richards sent to jail for attempted murder. At investigation continue. Okay. Then when you come down, it's 32 years old American national Lucas Richards sent to. Okay, I finna read that part. All right. 32 years old American national Lucas Richards sent to jail on allegation of attempted to kill his fiancée Jessica. Now the incident happened September 14. I don't know if you guys been following the stories, but according to the news, Jessica was a fiancée to this guy, and they got having to be a married person. He married legally in the United States, and he get his wife. But then he tried to get another, he tried to add a get to his marriage, which of course he did a traditional wedding, and which of course it was discussed by the family. Yes. So after that, according to our news here, the girl conceived, and then he used whatsoever means to abort the pregnancy, because it's forbidden. More especially in our country, if we know, it's forbidden. You don't do it. People do those things. It's under the carpet, but it's forbidden. Even in the United States, some states, you don't abort pregnancy. But then within that case, it's already go viral, and they get already know what was going on. What happened next? According to our sources, he took the girl. They went in the bush and tried to murder her. But by God willing, somebody was there to help her. So I don't know, Sandy, if you're following the story, you can come up with your thought on that.
Yeah, well, I thank God for Jessica. Jessica Lloyd is the last name. I've been following it. I've been reading about it. I've been reading about this guy as well. We thank God that she's alive. She was able to explain her side of the story. I listened to a brief video of her explaining the story, which is completely contrary to what he was trying to explain. And even your 5-year-old child would know that when he was trying to explain, his body language would tell you that this guy was lying. Look, again, I don't know what much I can say to this, but I want to, just say thank to everybody who have been on this show. He's from Iowa. He's believed to, well, I think the church is rooted from Iowa, but he's from
Yeah, let me make that correction. Yeah, he's from the YWAM Bible Mission Church. It's a church on Robert Fee Highway. That's where he got his church.
Right. So I think
the mission as a teacher.
Yeah, the missionary the group that sent him is based out of Iowa, Urbandale, and then I believe he's originally from Louisiana. That's what I read. The news, in fact, the local news in Iowa reported this case. So it's a good news. It's like the Liberian people on that side were able to inform them. They reported on this issue. So even people here in the US are hearing it. I also heard the church that sent him there have withdrew their support from him. I read that part. They said they withdrew their support from him. He's no longer affiliated with them. He can no longer get their support from them. The U.S. embassy also refused to make further comment. The only thing they said was that they are aware of the situation, but they have no comment. So they are aware. Now it is in the hand of our Liberian justice system to do the right thing for Jessica and her family. I want to believe this time that the justice system will not be compromised on this issue. I want to hope that Jessica will get the fair justice so that this will not happen to any other Liberian or any other person, whether Liberian or not. I saw the picture of this girl throat, Jessica throat, and it was gruesome. It was terrible. It was only God that saved her life. Let us be, our people should be watchful of the missionary. I believe in missionaries. I believe that a lot of people have good intent going to Africa or any developing world to try to help, but they usually use the help to abuse people. We see a lot of cases, not just in Liberia, in Haiti, in other poor countries. Those people, quote unquote, missionaries enter those places and they abuse the people in the name of helping them. So we just have to be watchful. Again, I'm grateful that Jessica life is safe and that the justice system is taking its course on this issue. Hopefully that there will be justice for Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you. Ture, come in, brother.
Yeah, Maba, thank you very much. Yeah, so yeah, I've been following the story. Matter of fact, I actually got the news from IG. There's there's this following there called Cheche Pole. That's where I got it from, and I tell you, man, it's a sad thing. It really, really is. This girl trusted this guy, and even the mom up to now, the mom still referred to the guy as a son-in-law. Which is just, I don't know, that make me cringe a little bit, but it's what it is. I listened to the guy's story, and like my man Sandy alluded, I mean, I felt sorry for him, not for the act though, but he trying to explain as to what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. That was just bad. I mean, absolutely bad. And I just hope that, even though Liberia is a small country and America is a big country, but I'm pretty sure America will definitely support Liberia in whatever way. They can actually seek justice for Jessica, because either way, I know if he's found guilty in Liberia, whether they want to extradite him to the United States, he's still gonna face the weight of his crime anyway. So either way, whether in Liberia or in America, here he comes here, and I know when all is said and done, he's gonna be extradited to the United States and he's gonna serve his term here. That's what I think. That's what I think is gonna conclude. But and for my people in Liberia, just because the America will bring a man, that does not mean the man you kind of airport and then he'll be free. No, he'll definitely serve his term.
Thank you. What up?
Yeah, guys, this is a very sad story. Just like my brother Ture said, I also, heard about this story from Instagram. I think it was the same platform. I think it was the same Cheche Pole room or something else, but I don't know. But that was where I saw it from. And I would like to talk about this from a whole different angle. And I listened to the girl's mom. I listened to the girl's story, and I also listened to the guy's story. And when you compare the story the guy was explaining to the story that the girl explained, is two different. They are two different stories. But for me, I was kind of shocked, right, when I listened to the girl's mom, because she said with straight face, when this guy came into her child's life, she asked her, is he married? And the girl said yes. And I am just surprised. I don't know about you guys, but why would a mother, she applied no effort to really dig into this thing and know what was this guy's intention. And so one may say, is because she saw him as her ticket to greener pasture. Because in Liberia or most part of Africa, we equate whiteness for wealth. So when you see a white man coming to your child, you feel like, our life is about to change. But I think she was to be a little bit. If I were her, I would have investigated a little more than just allowing my child to get married to someone whom I know is married. I did not even care to ask him if his wife was also into this. Nothing. And just allow him to come and marry my child. For me, that was where I was a bit disappointed. But I am happy that she is alive. and we hope and pray that the justice system favors her. And whenever Lucas is extradited here, we hope and pray that the U.S. see the need in serving him his punishment as well. But this is a call to all of us, man, and to our mothers. Don't just send your child out like that for little of nothing. Whiteness is not wealth. We live in these Americas. We know white people who have nothing. Don't see him because he's white. You say, oh, okay, this is my ticket to greener pasture. No, because I feel like that is what led this girl into this thing. So yeah, mothers, let's be careful what we do with our kids, please.
Thank you. Sylvester.
Okay, before Sylvester, can I?
30 seconds.
Yeah, for 30 seconds, very quickly. Thank you. Look, Rudolph, I agree with you. The mother should have maybe pay a little bit more attention. But here's the thing: Jessica is not a baby, right? Jessica met this guy, and apparently they fell in love, right? Also, the issue of people marrying multiple wives is common in Liberia. So when someone come to you and say, I'm married, I mean, they went to the mother and say, I'm married, but I still want to marry your daughter, and where I'm from is allowed. I mean, and knowing that Liberia, we allow, multiple wives, that is common. I don't think the mother should be blamed on this. I get your point that there needed to be some sort of investigation, but that does not in any ways, I mean, and I'm not saying that you said that, but that does not in any way exonerate this guy for his act. I don't think the mother should be punished on this issue.
Thank you.
Yeah, 10 seconds. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for your point. But I think where I was driving at is this.
I don't have the link, so I can bring it on.
This is the US, right? Prince, Sandy, I will not be in Liberia and then someone tells me that I'm married in America. Mostly a white man whom is married to a white woman in America. This woman have no idea that he's about to get married. Let's assume. You think for me it makes no sense because in America here among white people, let's be frank, white people mostly practice monogamous stuff. You don't see I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's very difficult to see a white man marrying 2 or 3 white wives in the US here. So this man's motive was not, his motive was not clear. That is my point.
Thank
you.
I
think that's why she should have investigated more.
Thank you. Sylvester.
Anyway, thank you. I thank God that she survived. She did not die. Thank God. And I wish her speedy recovery. But you see, these people, she's an adult, according to Sandy, but they did not just stop at the boyfriend and girlfriend level. They took it to another level. So as parents or as adults, before you endorse such a ceremony or such a sacrament, you have to know the individual and the individual intent, especially when he has said that I have a wife. Okay, but the wife is American, live in America. Do they accept our child or our daughter as a second wife? Absolutely no. She's going to be in Liberia forever and ever for the rest of her life, and you go back to America to your family. So those are things you have to look into. But again, poverty plays a key role in all of these things. The man was breadwinner. He comes, he give the mother some money, to give the girl some money, just to keep her going and stuff like that, So, but thank God that he was caught in the act. That's the greatest thing. Thank God he was caught in the act. And then when it comes to, there's nothing like extradition here. The crime happened in Liberia. He will be persecuted in Liberia. He will face the justice system in Liberia. It's not like a crime he committed in America and ran to Liberia and they have to extradite him here for this and that. So I just want to be hopeful that the justice system will do due diligence and serve Jessica justice. Thank you.
Thank you. What is it to her? 30 seconds?
No, yes. So look, and not only did he attempted to kill the girl, but he also gave her injection. I don't even talk about that.
So a board. I
Right.
said it to abort
Right.
her
So
pregnancy. Yeah. So
right. So there are so many areas that.
She told her mom that, and her mom didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Very sad situation.
All right. Alfred, you that testing hold him, my man. I don't get breathe studio back. That guy.
Yeah. It making me cry, you know,
They
baby.
make it cry. They make it cry.
Guys, 10 seconds. What is shocking is this. She said that when they took her child to her in the keke, in the pool of blood, the first thing she said was, "Where is my son-in-law?" You see, like, guys, man, like, bro, it's just baffling for real.
Yeah. That go, Alfred, go ahead.
I understand your question. I know how deep.
Mama, come closer to the phone. We're not hearing you. Just an echo. Okay, everybody mute. Okay, everybody mute already. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, like I was saying,
Your son say bad, bro.
my son still bad.
Okay, I think you gotta come a little bit closer.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, you cool now.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm good now, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, like I was saying, brother, you make a salient point. But my man, our people have the leadership in our country over the years have reduced our people to the level where our people can accept anything. No, when people are destitute, when people are desperate, anything that comes their way, they will grab it. It's like you are drowning. Even a leaf, you see a leaf over the water, you want to grab that leaf. That is the case in our country. You know. So, and another thing too, this so-called slavery that took place on our continent, it made our people to that inferiority complex. By the time you see the white man, you feel that everything will become okay. That is a serious problem in our country. And until we can rise up to start changing our mindset, that not because you see a white man, everything's okay. It's not okay. We live in the United States, we know what's up here, my brother. We know. People living here on full stamp. Full stamp. They take our taxes and they give you the we work overtime, they take all our money, you work overtime. You know I don't know. Go work overtime, you feel like you get money, they will take all that money for you to turn it into that program. You understand? So we know what's going on. The only thing we pray here is that Jessica will receive justice, that she will receive justice. Because the evidence are so overwhelming. They are so overwhelming. So I don't even know why the government is wasting time right now.
No, the man in jail. The man in jail. For your correct.
The man in jail, but he's supposed to be arraigned. If anything happened today,
Listen, they arrested him on the 14th of September.
Alfred,
so
just 1 minute. Modiba, you see the reason why George can push people to the wall?
My man, somebody they echo. I don't know. Alfred mute. Okay, go ahead.
You see the reason why George can push people to the wall? He went in the comment section and said, "You see, the understand the type of people on this show. Most of them think we're nothing but they are bots. We think we started us that we don't think we're anything but we're bots."
My man, leave George back.
George have shown his immaturity on so many occasions. So don't even give me any something here.
The man the other edition. We can bring different edition on, my man.
Okay, so let me say.
Many of us, we are.
Gentlemen, can you mute?
Yes, Senny Ray is doing his doctorate program. He's not a stupid man that he will come and sit on his show.
No, gentlemen.
Hello. So I'm seriously considering to complain to the CEO to excuse George from ever coming to the.
So we have to communicate. Let me apologize that I had some issues with my connection, so I went off. But what I see is that you guys have transitioned to another discussion from where I left you guys, and you're somewhere else now. But I think basically you were talking about the situation with Jessica and this American national Lucas. But have you guys made your rounds on this? So we
Yeah,
take calls.
everybody, yeah. Only after to conclude in 30 seconds, then we done with that topic.
Okay, so Alfred, you can conclude in 30 seconds. So we just take calls. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Nelson. So now I was listening to the program and I'm considering the company.
Come closer to the phone, my man. We're not hearing you.
Alfred, your mic is terrible. We can't continue with that audio. Sorry, sir.
Bye.
Your audio is terrible. Yeah, your audio is very, very terrible. You have to log out and maybe log in. Let's bring Prince on. Let's bring Prince on. Prince, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Nelson. But before, we know the internet connectivity in our country is not too potent for the program, but in Cisco networking at night. So, but I think the internet systems will be settled down in on your end. But something before I left work to drive home, I just wanted to make some correction to George. He made a statement that the 3 missing boys' body were turned over to the parents. When? And the girl Tata is on the show every day. She make that call every day for another Georgia. Then the next thing, look, I don't know. We are on this Spoon Network as panelists, but Nelson, I think some of us got to talk to CEO in actuality that people will not come on this show while on TV, people listening, got the children around there, and an individual keep insulting people. What George did here tonight on 2 different occasions, it was so bad. And then in the comment section, insulting people. I think you got to have a redress on that issue for real. All right, let me go
just conclude.
The issue with our sister. You know, Rudolph said something that the country is so crying, hungry. The people are hungry. So the moment they see the child or the children around somebody who can gain it just 20, 50, 100, and you the old man $10, that alone, it shiver them. It make them unwavering. So it make them, I think I'm a God sent. Because of the destitute, how people living. People stay eating 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock for next day up to 8 o'clock. Now we're fighting war in Liberia. It's because of the same hardship that Liberians are going through that they had almost lost her life. For that man to give that injection to her, for her to abort that first baby, it should have been a sign to the mom. But again, because the mother don't have it, they may give her everything. So I just pray and hope and Sandy, the American citizen, they will not try in Liberia. They will not try in Liberia. They will bring him over here. Yes. So when he come here, any state that he will land in, trust me, we will govern us from our state that we need justice for our sister. We will do that. We will do that overseas here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So we have to go to the lines now. At some point, the sister of one of the missing boys wanted to make her contribution on the show. We're just about bringing her on when I encountered that issue with my network. And so we'll go to the lines and take some calls and try to wrap this thing up because it seemed to not be a good one from my end here today. Wow. So yeah. So let me try to just get this coming through. Okay, so folks, if you're listening to radio, you can call 0-555-101075, 0-555-101075. If you're listening to radio, if you're watching the show, you can call the number that I'm pinning on the screen now. You can call only via WhatsApp, and we'll be able to take your calls from there. So we'll go ahead now and take our We'll go ahead and take our call from this line. Let's see if we can take our first call here. Wow. Oh, shush.
Oh, 11 doesn't go out. Yeah, so you know, we we fall on each other. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, general guys, we all understand, right? We take our busy time off, we come on the platform to inform the Liberian people. You understand? And George being our good friend, but if he did, George been attacking everybody personally. We all know that. Come on the show, insult everybody. He feeds, he know everything. We know everybody. Oh, George, but you got a limit. You understand? And coming on the platform, seeing everybody here, nobody living with you. Everybody here, they are full grown men. They get they get their family, and you just go on social media and you start insulting them. I think it's not right. You gotta retry that statement, or we can petition the CEO for the man to not come out on the show. That's it. Whatever you want to say, you can say, and we're telling for the group chat for respect. See, all the panelists here respect each other. I come with them that conclude, right? All are here, we respect each other. Despite our differences, we can come here, we disagree and agree, but we can respect everybody here. Oh,
okay. So let's go back to the line and take some calls. So the numbers that are on the stream, please only call that number using WhatsApp. Please don't place a direct call to that number, only on WhatsApp. Let's see if we can go back to the line. So if you want to place a call on our local lines, call 0555 101075 0555 101075. That's the local number to call, and you'll be live on the program. So we will try to do this again. Let's see if we can go back to this line and take this person. Hello. Yeah, morning. You live. Your name and where you calling from? Jackson, go ahead, please.
The last time I really wanted to call the government and I should not go through. You get people going on, so why we doing the structure here? We see the market all the country. I wanted to hear the CEO to actually say that I have to be off the show because you see market all the system on the serious look.
Okay.
We know what's going through. You can be living your best life. Then you walk down and someone wants to talk about our issues and you talk about all the things.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go there and take this person. Let's speak to the issue, please. Forget about George and what George did and all of that. That's something that will be handled from this end. George is not the talking point. George is not the discussion. Let's stick to the talking point, please. Hello. Yeah, please go ahead. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Go ahead, sir. You're live on the show.
Yeah, it is true. We forget about Josh from the video and then Josh.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I think Nelson is having issue again.
Oh, he went back?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
So look,
Ray, I wanted to say something coming to
yeah, let me say this. We are all here serving as opinion leaders, but we are not the opinion. We go off of what happened. Like, we are not the newsmaker. We don't make the news. We just offer our spin and perspective on these issues. And none of us here it's not even professional of us to come here and make and assert ourselves in a way that we know exactly what is happening, or we have information on these things. All right, we just give our spin on it, and we try to be very careful how we do it. All right. And look, and I understand that Nelson is saying like the caller should stick to the topic. But if you're gonna go places where you're gonna aggravate callers, their emotions, and when they call, I feel like they should be allowed to express themselves any way, shape, or form. That's how I think. If we're gonna go by the democracy that we all enjoy, I think people should be able to express themselves. If someone is here pissing them off, they should be able to address that person. I truly believe that.
All right.
No, wait,
Come
let
on.
me say something. You see, like Prince, okay? George can be your son. My first daughter and George equal. Okay? So, and this is a show that everybody around the world watch. So if to have I don't want to use the word little boy or whatever, to come here and insult all of us, nobody who is your friend can insult you. You can disagree. You will argue to the teeth, but it should never go that low to insult you. They're not your friend. So don't come say George is our friend.
If you see people insulting you in an argument, they have no argument for you. They get nothing to say. So what they would do, they will only insult, and that's what Josh always does on the show.
Yeah.
And one of the things I can tell people, right? One of the things I can really give credit to is Cindy. So now we can hit on Alexander Kumi, but you never see Cindy. Look, some people they would have come up, right? They would have parents brought them up. Look, it can reflect on them, and I can say for sure, all on the show, or the assertion of George is very arrogant. He feels he know all. He is rude, and you got to desist from not have it. And the last time we were talking, you got to desist from it. Everybody got their strength. What you know, other person don't know. What the other person know, you don't know. So when we come here come here and discuss issue, let's discuss the issue. I can disagree with Cindy. I can disagree with our people, all my people on here. Any other day, all we are one. The last time I got angry on the show, I was talking all of my head, and I came out and apologize because it's not hard. It's not hard.
That's why we.
You understand? Our brother from the home, I grew up in a Muslim background, so that respect, that way of.
Your question, and the career that got lucky, for your child to get, to get
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for.
Jesse, if you're hearing us, the reception from your end is terrible.
Yeah, the line's bad.
Okay. Wrap up. So we can just wrap up. Let's try to wrap up.
Yeah.
Because there seem to be some serious issues today.
So
we can start. We can start with you, Prince, and then we move on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, thanks to all of you guys again, and thanks to our listeners out there. We know that you're watching this show every night. You listen to the show every night. Though sometimes we come out here, we agree to disagree with each other, but we don't. We on this panel here are not the fruits that you see out there to be the people that disarrange in Calabash. So we will say to you, our audience out there, we're sorry for some of the misbehavior or the insulting words that comes on this platform. We know that it's heated up right now, but what we have to say is that Liberians, again, we listened to Dr. Allen White today. That signify again, I would say, they only sell us, they lay the premise for us. It's we, the Liberians, should be able to take the lead. If we don't take the lead, it will not put up the baton to say, hey, we stand up for this. We need this change. The international community cannot say anything about it. Trust me on it today, tomorrow, day after. As the president of Liberia will be speaking tomorrow on our end, because it's just 10:53, trust me, the world will be listening. The world will be looking at him. And then, come October 10, go to the ballot boxes and make your decision to unseat this government. so that Liberia can come back to a pre-war status, how it was before. Our parents don't want to come to America. Every time our people leave from here, they won't go to Africa, to Liberia, to sit down and enjoy themselves with natural, organic food. But with this young man in power, the visa, to even obtain a visa in Liberia, it's a problem. Liberians just wake up, please.
Thank you. Sandy, go ahead, sir.
Nelson, my phone is about to die. I'm on like 4%. Can I go real quick before and just leave, please?
Joseph, what can I buy you, charge you? Go ahead. It's okay.
My fellow Liberians, we don't come here every night, some of us, because this is our favorite place to be, or because we don't have anything doing. Matter of fact, I already had to struggle to put my son to bed early to be here, and I do that almost every night. That is because we do understand that it's upon us to help enlighten the electoral population with regards to electing the man who we believe has the preparedness to usher in a new Liberia, and that man is JNB. We also listened to the hearing from Dr. White. Liberians, these things will be flagged on your behalf. It will go out to people who are in charge of taking actions, but actions will not be taken unless you stand up.
Okay.
We are few weeks away from elections. Stand up for yourself. The time has come to replace an unserious government with a serious and responsible one that has the respect for God and humanity. Let's not miss this opportunity, guys. Let's vote JNB to change our lives, change the lives of our children, and say no to Kush and keep Kush out of Liberia. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks a lot. So Sandy, you can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so thank you to all of you. I mean, it's a good show. As always, we come here because of the Liberian people. So thanks to all of you for your commitment to the issues and to the Liberian people. Look, I see from Mata Tante Crystal Boyman that wanted to talk about the 3 missing men. So hopefully tomorrow you can give her a chance to call in. Mata, I know you said you couldn't come on. Hopefully you get a chance tomorrow to do so.
Certainly. I was just about bringing Famata on when I encountered that serious technical issue. So hopefully we'll get Famata coming in tomorrow. She's a sister to one of the boys who went missing.
Yeah. Boyman, the one I call Boyman.
Yeah, Famata, definitely. Okay. And so we want to say to you, Famata, we'll bring you on. We had planned to bring you on today, but unfortunately we got caught up into some technical issues. So hopefully tomorrow we'll bring you on. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, all of the issues that we talk about today, especially on the issue of Dr. Allen White, some people may dispute or try to ignore Dr. White, but I've said it. This guy is not a baby in the system. He's not an ordinary American, like my brother George will put it. He's someone that is taken very seriously. I mean, he's an expert when it comes to criminal investigations and ritualistic killings and unexplained deaths. So, in those issues, that particular issue affects Liberia. It affects all of us. So when we are talking about it, let's take the politics out of it. I'm not accusing President Weah of killing anyone, but I'm also asking President Weah to be responsible and address the issue very seriously so that the Liberian people, the family who are grieving, can have answers. Professionals die. The auditors, those are professionals. They went to school. Their parents struggled to send them through school. They struggle, burn candles to learn certain skills that they believe will have contributed to their country. And when they went to contribute to their country, they die mysteriously. And our president say, boyfriend and girlfriend issue. Some of us that are professional, we are afraid. I continue to say to people, I don't know if I want to go to Liberia, this time. Because what if you go there to give your service to country and then you don't return to your family? Just imagine, I have little children. Gifty left, I think, 1 or 2 kids. Those other people left children. When you think about that, with your skill set, and you say, look, I want to contribute to my country, but I'm afraid before I can, I'm afraid that I will lose my life. It's scary. We must all want to go home. We must all go home to contribute. I don't want to return to Liberia when I'm in my 60. I will have nothing. That will be useless. Excuse my French. I want to go when I'm young and energized. But it's scary when you have watched other professionals being killed. So this is a Liberia issue. This is not a George Weah versus, Unity Party or CPP issue. This is a Liberia issue. So it must be taken very seriously. And that is why I'm going to end here. We have serious issues in our country, and we need serious-minded people. And that is why I'm here every night telling you, begging you, buy the ideas of Mr. Eddie Cummings. He knows the issue. He's prepared to lead Liberia on day one. He's ready to bring in private sector so that we will not be dependent on government jobs. Mr. Ellis Cummings come with a fresh idea that Liberia need to move forward. Let us change the system that has not worked for us. Let us put in new systems, new ideas, new technologies, new people that understand how to govern, that understand how to bring in businesses, that understand how to reignite the Liberian trust, that understand how to sell Liberia to the global world. Mr. Cummings is going to do that for the Liberian people. We all can agree that it is time that Mr. George Weah should be retired from politics. Let him enjoy his life. The money he stole from the country, perhaps he can take some of that with him. But let's bring in Ellis Cummings to face Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. We take Sylvester. Go ahead.
Well, thank you very much. The issue of ritualistic killing or extrajudicial killing is not a political issue. Put yourself in the shoes of the late EPS officer. He left his wife, he left his kids or his children. Today, some of us happen to have our children around us, or some of us happen to have our parents around us. We are enjoying the comfort of our parents, but those children will never. And you want to sit here and downplay it. You want to sit here. This is what make people act out of character. That was one of the reasons why Yombidi Kanga Lawrence, a decent woman, in the parliament had to waste her tea on Sir Joseph. Not that she has that kind of character, but sometimes some things can prompt you to do things out of the way because some things are so sensitive for you to just downplay it. You should be him and have a heart to know that that person could be me. You see, there's a parable that says when a cleaner doesn't know the one that controlling it, when it caps out, everybody will get wet. That goes to George Weah. When things hit the fence, he will taste it. So this is a collective issue that we all have to fight against, regardless of who become president. Liberia will always remain. We come here, we share ideas. Sometimes the argument will get heated, and I love it when it gets heated, but with respect. We should respect one another. At the end of the day, we'll still meet. Liberia will still be there. We'll hang out on Broad Street, Kere Street, Ataye Shop. At the end of the day, let us be peaceful and respectful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take you to Ray, and then we'll come to.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Nasty, and also to our viewers. Thank you for the technical difficulties that we cannot serve you as usual. But let me say this, Nelson. I've been consistent saying that we have every right to our opinion, and our viewers and followers have their rights to react to what we say. You know, that's fair game. It is fair game. And we have said this consistently. We can all support our political party, but there's time where we have to put the party hat aside and look at things logically from a human side. All right? People's family are dying with absolute no closure. Nobody talking to them. Right? I mean, some of us are still traumatized with certain things that happened to some of our uncles and grandparents during the Civil War. Those things still continue to haunt some of us. How my uncle was killed at Salala Gate up to today's day, it still haunts me down. And that's about long time ago. So we're talking about things that are happening recently, bro. Things that are happening recently. And for someone to come on here consistently to try to dismiss these things and make it seem like this is something like taking coconut and putting it in bottle or something like that. These are life-changing moments that are happening to people. All right. So as we come here to try to have our spin and perspective on these issues, let us not assert ourselves as the newsmaker. And that's what I asked my brother. You come here with authority every day saying these cases were investigated thoroughly and concluded and nothing was found. Then I asked him, which kind of authority that you have that gave you that audacity to come in and just make that assertion on Spoon Network, the biggest platform in the nation? So we got to be careful. We got to be careful. People follow on this platform, right? And if we're going to come here, we have to come here correct. We have to come here. Okay. We have to come here with respect, and we have to respect our viewers as well. So any information putting out there, it should be factual. A serious nation need a serious leader, and that's what I'm saying. The person that can change this country is Honorable Tian Gonglo. All these ritualistic killings, all these extrajudicial killings that's happening. When someone you put in there that understand rules and regulations like Honorable Tian Gonglo, then Liberian can go to bed, leave their door open, and go to sleep. Nothing will happen. Vote number 6. Vote Honorable Tian Gonglo. Come October 10th. Thank you very much, Asomit.
Thank you, Alfred. Go ahead.
You know, Nelson, I think I'm good now, right?
Yeah, you okay?
Okay. Once I was growing up in Liberia, I used to hear people saying one of the reasons why Thomas still on in power was that when you do wrong, they used to do this as a will put a stick between your foot and they press it until if you start lying, you tell the truth. That's how they were getting people when they do bad things. Now, let's go to the issue. Look, this platform was created for all Liberians to have a say in the political process. That's why this platform was created for. But if you come here and disrespect everybody and feel like you have monopoly or arrogancy,
no,
you can rest assured. You can rest assured.
Listen,
will not allow you to come here and do that.
Let's wrap up. Let's stick to the issue. Whatever happened, listen. To some extent, I would not be here, and certain things happened. But unfortunately, we had the technical issue. I went off the show. I had no idea of what transpired on the show. I will have to go back, watch the show, and let's see what happens from there. But I just want us to wrap up within the confines of.
Let me just conclude. Yeah. 2019, Congressman Chris Smith accused the government and described it as a kleptocrats. That people in the government were incompetent. The weird government did not pay any heed to it. They took it as fun. Today we are listening to another investigative, in fact, a lawyer by profession, who has been in this business for a long time and describing our government as such. And people are downplaying it. What we can say to you is that when the real people come to power, that mean business, all this ritualistic killing, the extrajudicial killing that went on, I can promise you, under the Joseph Newman, Jeremiah Kun legacy or presidency, these incidences will have a closure. People will have justice. Missing boys issue, people that have caused missing boys to go missing, they will bring our boys. Trust me, they will bring them and we'll see them.
Thank you. Thank you. So Moba, we can have you come in now. Go ahead, Moba.
Yeah. You know, my colleague has said it all. Nothing much to add up. I only appealing to the Liberian people who honor my voice tonight. October 10, your future is in your hands. More especially the first comer voter, right? The one the first time voter.
First time voters.
More especially the first time voter. We are appealing to you, to y'all. You shouldn't be carried away by $10. You shouldn't be carried away by going to the nightclub, people giving you this, people giving you that, and you're dancing, you're spending your whole time, you think that life is okay. So you're going to vote to the contrary. You sit down and think about your future. You're 18. Another 6 years later, you don't do nothing, you're done. So we're begging y'all, the first time voter, you're honor my voice tonight or this morning. I'm appealing to y'all. Your please reasons to go to that ballot box October 10 and vote Joseph Yuma Boakai as president for your good and for your own life, for your country to be transformed, for you to go to school and get a better education, for you to get a better health care, for you to get a job, a vacation job. Doing Malak Eddie Justice said in turn, students used to go, when school closed, they go do their vacation job to get their money. When school opened, they buy their books, they buy all their things, and then they go to school. They still got more change with them. But this Senate government took power. It never happened. So we're bringing it back, doing JMB government. We'll make sure we bring vacation job for all the students from 9th grade. Yeah, let me conclude. From 9th grade, go to 12th grade. Y'all will work. Y'all make your own money. Y'all shouldn't rely on the government who lying to every day. You're going to club, they're having talent show to their places, and you'll be carried away. So that's a number 2, October 10. Vote JMB. I submit.
Thank you. Ami, welcome. You came to school late.
Thank you, Nelson.
You just
hi guys. I couldn't woke up late from my nap.
Okay.
Our homework. But anyways, I woke up to that madness. Nelson, I know you saying people shouldn't talk about it, but it's just so hard. And I'm sorry if I'm breaking any rules here, but I had to speak to that. I think we have been babying George too much on the show. Everybody over there has been tolerant enough. You can disagree with people if you don't like what he's saying, but to be insulting people that are older than you, he's not only doing it to people on the show, but he's doing it to listeners out here as well. Okay? You can come and talk about Allen White is a common person. I know whenever anybody going after the government sedition team to try to turn it into the black snakes and something because it's not in their interest. But anyway, he talking about he being paid. Lobbying is not a crime. It's not bribery. Okay, George, we are taking millions of dollars of our money lobbying in Washington here, and they're not giving you any results because Washington is not Liberia. Like you can just put something in somebody's hand and they can't say something that is not happening about you. They investigate, and Allen will not be a stupid president in the U.S. Congress. Is not Liberia Congress that you can just put things together. Anybody can tell you he said, she said, you just go sit down in front of them and spew nonsense without you doing your investigation or without them investigating before they're doing anything about whatever is being said. If George doesn't know that, he needs to know. And the way he's so obsessed with Prince Johnson, I hope you were obsessed with him like that when he was working with Josh Weir. All of a sudden, he Prince Johnson, the evil man, the monster, the liar, or everybody around him, and Councilor Verdi and all of that. You can't just come in and just spill things out of your mouth because you don't like what is going on with George Weir. And nobody wants George Weir to just be put in jail. If he did something wrong to my country and there's proof and everything to it, hell yeah, I want him locked up. Who is he like he can be locked up? If everybody else is being held accountable, that's the problem in our country. Because they see that George Weir as a king, they have made him out of this and something and idolizing. They think everybody should be there licking his boots. No.
Thank you.
Okay, so I just wanted to speak something to that. I think you're being something like sedition. Their show is so desperate, but I think we should start putting application out there and be lobbying for other sedition. But George can be coming here and be disrespecting people and insulting people all the time because we say, oh, we want balance, so we should just be allowing him to do that all the time. It's not right. I know I don't make the final decision, but it just my own input. Thank you.
That's true. We got to respect all the panelists on the show. We got to, you know,
Thanks
this
a lot.
like whatsoever. We got to respect each and every one over here.
Nelson,
Thanks a lot.
John, I'm paying for our
gentlemen,
internet. How much money we pay for internet to be here?
Seriously.
How much money we pay for internet to be here?
You're not doing anybody a favor here for him to come every time. Oh, I'm going. I'm not coming back here. Then he show and can't disrespect somebody. No. Stay out if you want to stay out. If you're a kid, you can't stand the conversation among grown folks. Don't come and be throwing your tantrum. Stay in the back with your pacifier.
I'm one of those who wanted George, who said George should be here, but whatever means necessary. But to be quite honest, I too am getting fed up because his behavior tonight was absolutely never.
Listen,
the men now hold on. How did the men deal us on here? The men went in the comment section. The men went in the chat room and started throwing jab at us, bro. That's how low my man got today.
Yeah,
tonight. Let me say.
I'm gonna
As
go.
they are arguing on Josh, your plea vote for Mr. Comey, yeah? My people in the chat.
JMB too.
Don't do your JMB again. You keep arguing on Josh.
I mean, Nelson, thank you, man. Thank you for all the sacrifices, bro.
It was a good
I know,
show.
Nelson. Thank you.
I feel your pain, man.
We'll be
Thanks
here
a lot,
tomorrow.
everyone.
The man's the hardest working young man in all the media.
Thank you, man.
Yes, he is.
The man want to play here right now. Make him go sleep.
Nelson get ready well, good. Nelson ready to do his job.
Make him work.
I told Nelson we were going to give him a trophy after the election.
Man, right now, let's CDC headquarters highway, National Rope Jumping Day, National Weightlifting Day.
They're doing everything to show cry. That's disgusting.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye.
That's not jumping rope day.
All right, guys.
My man, all the musicians are not doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you listen to the speech of the president tomorrow.
We have discussion tomorrow.
No, man, we'll be following.
We gotta go.
What kind of kids I want to make? How you, what you created a kids? How are you gonna go make it to in front of the people? How can you create a kids and go make it in front of the people?
No. The man said the last information he gave the people 2 years ago, he said he will make sure he will eliminate corruption in Liberia. The next time he's on at the general the GA. So
I think anytime bad thing can happen.
You know, tell them about the drugs.
We gotta go.
Good night.
The theme of his speech tomorrow is not compatible with the president or his leadership style.
That's the kind of paper for studio.
Bye.
And your boy Friday
Thanks a lot.
Okay, man, to race.
I hope you take your call. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Okay.
Well, folks, we want to say thanks a lot to you out there for joining us tonight on the program, the Late Night Show on Spoon. We've been live on Spoon FM, Fabric FM, Super FM, and also on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. Sincere apologies again for the technical issues we encountered along the show. And I apologize to you for that. You can join us tomorrow for another edition of the program. It's going to be fascinating. Until we come your way again, I'm Nelson Collet, my co-moderator, Morba Zokia. We want to say, have for yourselves a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.